morning everyone. Welcome back to your biology practical class. Today I will show you another practical, and this practical is also an important one. So what is the heading of the practical? Separation of plant pigments through paper chromatography. Okay, so the heading of the practical is separation of plant pigments through paper chromatography. It will come under the A part. Okay. So now first you have to know the procedure, what are the different requirements, and what is the meaning of that paper chromatography. After that I will show you how you have to do it. Okay. So first this what is the object? To separate and study the plant pigments by paper chromatography. This is the objects of this practical. Now what is the meaning of chromatography? Chroma means color and graphy means writing. So chromatography is a technique used to separate molecules of different substances present together in a solution according to the rate they travel along the chromatography paper. Okay, such a preparation is called paper chromatography. Okay, so I am repeating, chromatography is a technique which is used to separate the molecules of different substances present together in a solution. Okay. Now this solution may contain different type of substances the molecules of different substances travel through the medium at different rates and they are separated. So different pigments are present in plant, so and their movement rate is different, so we will get different brand on the paper and we will be able to separate them. Okay. Now depending upon the medium of chromatogram, chromatography is of 4 types. Okay, what are they? What are those 4 types? First one is paper chromatography, second one is column chromatography, third one is thin layer chromatography, and fourth one is partition chromatography. Okay, so depending upon the medium of chromatogram, chromatography can be classified into these 4 types. Now in a paper, here we will do the paper chromatography one. So in the paper chromatography, the mixture containing different compounds is spotted on a chromatographic paper, which is Whatman number 1. So this is the chromatographic paper and it is Whatman number 1. And a solvent is allowed to flow along the paper sheet either by gravity or capillary attraction, ascending chromatography. So here we will do this one by capillary chromatography or ascending chromatography. So let me show you the filter paper. This is the filter paper. It is Whatman number 1. Okay, you can see that in which basis these papers can be differentiated on the basis of the pore size. So here if you can see that everything is mentioned on the box. Okay, so you have to remember that which paper you are using for paper chromatography, that is Whatman number 1. You can see Whatman number 1 and it is with 150 mm pore size. Okay, so this is the paper. Now we will do the ascending chromatography with the capillary attraction. So the solvent will flow through the paper and it spreads different compounds of mixture to various distances. Now the paper is dried and the position of different compounds are visualized either directly or by a suitable staining reaction. We will be able to see it directly. Okay, and different plant pigments, here what we will see that we know about the different photosynthetic pigments. Okay, so these different photosynthetic pigments can be separated by using this technique of paper chromatography. Okay, so I am repeating that in the plant pigment different photosynthetic pigments are there and those photosynthetic pigments can be separated by paper chromatography. Okay, So now you are having a clear idea about the paper chromatography and you know what is the object of this practical. Now what are the different requirements of this practical? So first requirement is fresh leaves. Fresh leaves are required. Chromatographic paper, Whatman number 1, a wide long test tube, a split cork. So this one is a wide long test tube and a split cork, mortar and pestle. Mortar and pestle, okay, petroleum ether acetone, funnel. So here we have made a mixture of ether and acetone, okay, a funnel, beaker, filter paper, capillary tube. Okay, so let me show you the capillary tube. It's a very fine tube. So this one is the capillary tube. Here you can see the capillary tube. Okay, so these are the different requirements for this practical. Now I will show you the procedure. Okay. So first we will take a paper chromatography paper and we will cut it. I will show you how you have to cut it. So this is the first step. You have to cut the paper like this. Okay, you have to cut the Whatman number 1 paper like this. You have to make a point like this. Okay, and the size will be almost like this. So you have to cut one end of the paper into a or strip into a narrow notch. You can see I have cut this paper like this. Now we have to put a drop of pigment extract on the middle of the strip in this position near the notch by the capillary tube, and we have to allow it to dry and repeat to 4 to 5 drops are placed on the paper. Okay. So this is the next step. You can see that I have marked it by pencil. Okay, I have marked it by pencil. Now this is the plant pigment. So you can see that we have kept the plant pigment in a watch glass. Now with the help of the capillary tube, we are taking the pigment, a small amount, and we are have to put it on the point and you have to let it dry, and you have to repeat the same procedure 4 to 5 times. now you can see it very easily. So this is the point where I have taken the plant pigment. Okay. Now we have to take a wide mouth test tube. So this is the wide mouth test tube, and we have to pour 5 ml of ether acetone solvent. So we have made here ether acetone solvent 9:1. That means 9 ether and 1 acetone. Okay, so you have to make this solvent first. We will provide you this solvent, and after that you have to put this solvent in this wide mouth test tube. So I am holding it, ma'am will pour it, and you have to take it in very less amount. Okay, so you can see we have taken a small amount of ether acetone solvent. Okay, so now what we have to do, now with the help of this small glass rod, we have to attach the back side of the paper like this with the sellotape. Okay, so this is the back side. Now we will attach it with the sellotape. So you can see I have attached this small glass rod with the paper on the back side of the paper. Now what we will do, we will pour it into the test tube. And after that we have to cover it. Okay, so now you can see it very easily. The plant pigment is here and the ether acetone mixture is here. Now you can see the paper is absorbing the solution, and movement of the plant pigment has been started. Okay, so now we have to keep it for some time. Okay, and we have to cover it with the cork, because else, as you know that ether and acetone both can move out their volatile substance, right? So we have to keep it, we have to make the cork airtight, and we have to place the test tube undisturbed for the some time, and when the solvent will rise 3/4 of the strip, we have to take out the strip carefully and let it dry. Okay, so we have to be very careful. We need to focus on up to that portion, that up to 3/4 of the strip the solution will reach. Okay. Now after that we have to focus on the observation, and then the dried chromatography paper strip shows some distinct bands. Different band or different pigments can be identified by their colors. Okay, so we will get different colored band for different pigments, and after that we have to make a calculation of RF value. RF value of each spot, pigment spot, can be calculated by what is the formula of RF value? Distance traveled by compound and by distance traveled by the solvent. Okay, so you have to find out the RF value. Now, if you get only one pigment, then you will write down the one RF value. If you get two pigment, you have to write down two RF value. Mainly, what are the different photosynthetic pigments? Different photosynthetic pigments are carotene, xanthophyll, chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B. Carotene is yellowish orange in color, xanthophyll is yellowish color. Okay, greenish and bluish greenish type. So what we will get that how many bands we are getting, according to that we have to write it down. Okay. Now after that you have to write down the precautions, what precautions we should take. What precautions we should take, that we should take a fresh leaves. The loading should be small and concentrated. The loading spot should be placed 2 to 3 centimeter away from the tip of the notch. And while hanging the strip in the test tube, the loading strip should remain about 1 centimeter above the solvent. Okay, the solvent will not touch the loading point. Okay, you have to focus on that. This is the main precaution of this practical. And the chromatographic paper strip should not touch the walls of the test tube, and the chromatographic paper strip should not be dried in the sunlight. Okay, these are the different precautions we should take. So a few minutes are over, so you can see the different bands are coming. This was our loading point, and we have kept our solvent like this. The loading point will not touch the solution, right? And the movement of the different plant pigments has been started. You can see the bands. Can you see it properly? And after that you have to find out the RF value. That means if you get after when it will reach this up to this portion, that means 3/4 of the paper, then you have to take it out and you have to mark it. Okay, that means where you have got this band, you have to mark it, and you have to find measure the value with the scale, and you have to do the calculation. Okay, I will send you the one calculation with a picture. It will help you to in writing part. Okay, and on the left side of your page you have to write down the diagram of the test tubes and different plant pigments. And if you are getting only one pigment, then you have to write down only just one RF value. If you are getting two, then two. But if in the book 4 has been shown, but that doesn't mean that you have to write it down all 4 in your practical examination. Okay, whatever you will get on the examination day, you have to write down just only that part. Clear, everyone? What type of questions will come in our as I have mentioned this part already, that different types of questions like which are related to your practical part. In your book you will get different Viva based question. So different type of question like from this, what is chromatography, why we are using this, what are the different requirements, what is RF value, what plant organelle contains chlorophyll, which pigments are located, this type of practical based question. And if this part is in your theory part also, so any questions can be asked from the theory portion also. So if a topic is in your both in your practical and theory part, so in the practical examination from the theory part also any type of questions can be asked. So you have to read the theory book for your practical examination also. Clear, everyone? So you can see that the bands, it is going up, right? Okay, so now I will send it to you, the RF value and the picture, through my assignment page of ePortal. Okay, so for today that's it. Thank you and bye bye everyone.